So what is going on, guys? My name is Zero and welcome back to some more Battle for Neighborville here today on the channel. Today we got a lot of information to talk about regarding character balancing because we did get some information on Live from Neighborville's live stream that's literally just finished. We're going to be talking about that in today's live stream. We don't cover all of the character balancing that's going to be coming. However, we do get a lot of information regarding Soldier, Nightcap, Corn, Oak, so we got a lot that we're going to be talking about in today's video. We also got some information regarding the festivals, which is the free battle pass that is coming to Plants vs Zombies in October as well. We get a sneak preview of what the battle pass is going to look like, and we also got a preview of what Giddy Park is going to look like in the Lawn of Doom festival, and it looks absolutely amazing. So stay tuned, I'm going to have a video on that very shortly on the channel as well. So once you've watched this video, make sure you keep checking back to the channel to see if we have the festivals video out as well. And if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you do drop a like. I'm going to go ahead and play the live stream now so you can see everything that they did speak about in the character balancing, and then I'll do a quick summary of everything we did here.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't start off with, you know, one character who's been more, I think, very popular.
I think I have it. Can I put it on too?
You can put it on it.
Okay.
But that would be Nightcap, which is why I'm wearing this hat. So I'm asking you, what's going on?
Nightcap, we heard you guys, we're looking at the data, and she is not hitting the intended, design that we wanted for the character. We always envisioned her as being this kind of harasser character, not to just run up and just finish off the entire team. So what we're doing is we're making Func Foo in Shadow Sneak. After using those abilities, there's going to be a larger tell that you can see where Nightcap is. We're going to, make sure that when she comes out of Shadow Sneak, you know where she's at. When she comes out of Func Foo, you can follow her where she's exiting to. So we wanted to make sure, again, give you the visual tells so you can make those decisions on how to actually play against her. With that, we're also reducing the damage of Func Foo because it was just too effective. She was meant to be, harass a character, and then when she sees that someone's low, someone's, running for covers, trying to, not focusing on their health that much, then go in, then go finish them off with a Func Foo. So these are the changes that we're making to that ability to, bring her more in line with that kind of harasser finisher class.
And I think the biggest, the primary ability.
And yes, the primary ability. So we aren't changing the damage, but we're changing how the range is that it thinks.
The primary weapon?
Her primary weapon being her Spore Strike.
Yep.
So what we were hearing that you guys, that it is just being too effective at long ranges. And this, again, she's supposed to be harasser. She's supposed to be up close. She's supposed to come in for those quick near strikes. So the damage is staying the same, but we're making it so that if you're trying to fight at longer ranges, her strikes, they start to taper off in the speed, they decelerate, and you'll notice that they start to, hit the ground a lot more often. Because
we talked a lot about how, we didn't want to, I hate the word nerf, we didn't, it's just a matter of balancing, and we didn't want to take it too far with Nightcap. So I think we did that, and especially with not, nerfing her primary weapon. It's just rather it's intended
Bringing her to her intended play style.
Yeah.
And rewarding skillful play, because you're not just running in now. You have to make that strategic decision. This is my opportunity to jump in, finish off that guy. If you make the wrong decision, you should, and pay for it a bit.
The other thing too is, and I like the changes you guys made with the whole between abilities, right? She would be able to chain her invisibility and her evasion stuff. So that'll be nice. Let's talk about the next one.
Yeah, next one coming up is going to be Oak, I believe. Oak and
the big
Acorn.
boy. The big boy. So looking at him, he was performing really, really well. But the main thing that we were seeing is that people were using him more as just the solo Oak. And the intention for this character was always that he is the family play. You are meant to jump in with your buddy, whether you're sitting on the same couch, or hey, let's go jump on and play together. This is one of the unique things that we feel that we brought to the shooter space is we have these join characters and
co-op.
Yes, and so what we were seeing is players are using them a lot and not playing that way. So we wanted to incentivize more that hey, go for the join character. So what we're doing is on the Acorn and it's Acorn Orc, right? They're the same character. So Acorn is a longer channeling time. When you say, hey, I'm going to turn into the Oak, hey, it's just going to take longer now. So when you start to hear that yodel,
if you're a zombie, chase it down
it's susceptible at that time.
Yeah, deal with it before it becomes a problem.
It used to be a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it's much harder to become the oak. And then when you actually leave oak, there's now a cooldown in place. So you can't just turn into the oak instantly right away after you've like found that cover and after you regen your health. So we're widening that that gameplay loop of you're like, hey, I'm oak, now I'm acorn, and to just, you know, regen that health. We want you to, you know, we don't want to take away the power from oak in that join play. So we're just like, we want to, you know,
Yep.
Steer it
Bring
towards
it to
where
the-
we want it to be.
yes.
All right. Well, next one. This is going to be a returning character, one of the more popular ones, but big discussion around it. This is our corn.
Yeah, so Korn, we've heard you guys that like, hey, you're not being able to be effective with him and his weapons. Like we mentioned earlier, like we're increasing that bolt speed to make sure that you can actually hit those people at all those ranges. And the intention for the character is like he's our assault rifle class. Like he should be able to fight people at close, mid, and long range. You know, he
All
might,
rounder.
yes, he is your kind of do-it-all guy, and he just wasn't doing that. So increasing that bolt speed, increasing the range that he has, you know, those are the things that we had to do to, you know, bring him into that intended design. And with them, you know, we've heard of that his damage isn't what it should be, and you know, we're increasing that rate of fire to help that for that damage output.
Yeah, and you guys can see on the board there that we have the small changes to Butter Beacon as well as Husk Hop. I will make a note. Once these changes come through, test out Husk Hop because you do not want to jump off of a cliff. It's
Yeah.
happened to me. It's happened to him. I don't think it's happened to him, but yeah, test it out before you do it because you just
Yeah.
want to make sure. All right, we're gonna switch over to the zombies now. Give them some love, and of course, if we start with zombies, one of the big call-outs has always been soldier.
Foot soldier, yes. So our other side of the coin of the assault rifle class on the zombie side. So like Corn, we're doing the same kind of adjustments. We're trying to increase that bullet speed. So soldier sees somebody out in that open area, hey, he should be able to take him down. Him, we are actually increasing his rate of fire and his damage to really make sure that he can actually get the jump on those guys. So again, he should be effective at all ranges. He shouldn't be out sniping a sniper, but you know, if he again finds someone in that middle range, he should be able to take him down.
Cool. And you know, you can see the changes here also to Super Stink Cloud and Rocket Jump. I just have a question. What happens if a Corn tosses down a Butter Beacon and then you, as the soldier, drop the Super Stink Cloud? What happens then?
This is some of our nice counterplay. So
Yeah.
in this case, Butter Beacon has a really large AoE where it says like, hey, everyone, this is where they're at. And that gas cloud is smaller, but it lasts longer. If you're in that gas cloud while a Butter Beacon is active in the same area, you will be hidden by that smoke cloud. So you may initially be, you know, shown and broadcast to the whole plant team, but you drop that smoke cloud, bam, you're off the radar.
So that's some cool counterplay for you guys.
And we won't go into all of them, but there's like so many fun little intricacies that these guys built into the game that
yeah.
I think people have, still are discovering. So
All right, to round it off, All-Star.
All-Star, yes. Looking at our data, we're just seeing that he hasn't been as large of a zombie presence as we wanted, and we think there's a lot with his kit that he brings to the zombie side. So to kind of bring the zombies a bit closer to what we want to make sure that that shield that he provides for the zombie team is present more often. So to get him to be more of a viable pick, we are increasing his damage. And with everyone else, we're increasing that bullet speed, making sure that he can not only put down that suppression fire, but also fire that actually, you know, makes plants run and hide for cover. And other parts to his kit to make him, you know, make sure he has that vanquish capability, that imp punt. I think we're on the other side of giving the players too much of a tell that, hey, this damage is coming in. We're shortening that fuse time. So if you can get that little imp flying through the air to, you know, hit your target, it should be able to do that max damage now.
Boom. And this
Literally.
makes me happy just because, you know, last week we had the Ultimate Champ Star skin. You know, I want to make sure I get to use it.
you can be the ultimate champ star.
Yeah.
I like this change because, you know, you play All-Star and you want to get in there, you know, you want to do some damage. So
Oh yeah, he's that frontline fighter, man. He's like, here is the line.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is where it is. Like, put down the dummy. Here's the shield. Everyone, let's
get
just
in there,
start.
do
you know,
some damage.
Do some damage.
And this isn't everything, right?
Yeah,
This
no,
is
no.
I know we talked about these 4 characters, the 5 characters on the stream last week. When the patch goes out, we'll have detailed notes. Mario's got all the data, the specific changes, the timings. For those who like that stuff, it'll be there.
And I think the biggest thing is this isn't the end-all, be-all This isn't the only balance that we're looking at. This is not the only tuning
Balance
we're
is
going to have.
perfect, guys. Game
Yeah,
over.
no,
Right?
someone's gonna clip that. No. This is something we constantly look at. This is a live service game.
Yeah,
We're
totally.
once this ends, we're right back at it, looking at the data, looking at where these changes made, and
Yeah.
looking at the feedback that you guys provide. Speaking of which, if you guys want to provide feedback, use the command feedback, and that'll give you the links to our Discord as well as our forums, where you can give direct feedback to us, and know for sure that all of us here on this couch take a look at that, as well as a lot of members of the dev
We
team.
see it all. Yeah. And don't clip that thing I said.
About the thing. Yeah, no, what thing? I don't know what you're talking
thing?
about.
I'm playing.
So that right there is the character balancing changes they did talk about on the live stream. It's not all the character balancing changes we're going to be getting in the October patch. We are going to be getting more, and we will get full details on that once the patch does go live early October. But as a quick summary, Nightcap's Spore Strike is getting nerfed. It's going to slow down over distance, making it harder to hit targets from a distance. Shadow Sneak, you can't use the ability as frequently, and once you do use it, you can't use another ability as quickly. Func Foo's getting a visual effect to make it easier to tell when it's happening. She's also going to be doing less damage and have a smaller radius when she is using Func Foo, so overall it's going to be less damage and less dangerous. And they're also increasing the delay that once she has used Func Foo, she can't use an ability like Shadow Sneak to get away. With Oak and Acorn, they've increased the channeling time, which is the time when you're kind of yodeling and calling in the Oak, so that's going to be increased. And they've also allowed the Acorn to not regenerate health while calling in the Oak as well. So if you hear that, go and chase after them before it does turn into an Oak. Once you do eject from the tree as well, they've made it so you don't go as high, so it's easier to keep an eye on where the Acorns have gone. And also, when an Acorn does eject from the Oak, there's going to be a cooldown on the Oak ability, so it's going to take some time before you can call it in again, similar to how the Imp's mech works. And the Super Sap Trap, they've increased the detonation time to improve visual tell. For Colonel Con, they have increased the rate of fire and bullet speed, so we should be more effective at range, and that rate of fire should increase overall damage output. For the Butter Beacon, they've increased the throw distance, so you can use it further away, and Huskop has had a distance increase as well, so you can launch Huskop even further. For the Foot Soldier, they've increased the damage, the rate of fire, and the bullet speed, so he should be more effective at range and do overall a higher damage output. Super Stink Cloud can be thrown further as well for better coverage and line blocking, and Rocket Jump has improved responsiveness as well. And then for the All-Star, they've increased his damage and his bullet speed, so he's going to deal more damage and also be more effective at range. And once you do fire the Imp Punt out, it's going to explode sooner, meaning that you will be rewarded for getting precise angles. But those are all the character balancing changes that they did talk about in the stream. If you did enjoy today's video and found it helpful, make sure you drop a like down below. Like I said, we are going to be talking about the Lawn of Doom Festival later on the channel as well, so make sure you guys check that out. But nonetheless, hopefully you did enjoy today's video. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Zero, and I will catch you all in another video.